I have 1 connection on LinkedIn. I want 1,000. What should I do?
I thought we were here today for my therapy session.
Well, today I'm teaching you how to be mindful of other people's needs and your therapist's needs to build her LinkedIn network. I didn't know where to start. I don't want to pay for a LinkedIn premium account. Tell me what to do.
Okay. Well, I know of 7 different ways that you can get connections fast for free.
Excellent. Proceed.
Okay, well, method number 1 may seem obvious, but I have to start with this, and that is to accept every single connection request.
I don't want to connect with strangers. They might be a psychopath or worse, a salesperson.
Psychopaths are only 1% of the population. You know that. And when it comes to salespeople, they're just like you and me. Yeah, they're probably going to try to sell you something, but you don't have to buy from them. Usually when I get a sales pitch on LinkedIn, I just say, no, thank you, but let's stay connected. And they just stay connected with me. And what happens when you stay connected, you have access to more of their network and you show up higher in LinkedIn searches when someone is searching for your services, and you just have way more exposure. You're getting free connections that you don't have to work for. They're just like literally just handed to you on a silver platter. And by the way, if you want to make it easier for people to connect with you, especially when you're just getting started on LinkedIn, make sure you have creator mode turned off in case you accidentally turned it on. Creator mode is really good if you already have a whole bunch of connections and you're pumping out lots of content on LinkedIn. But the problem with creator mode is that you have a follow button instead of a connect button. And people can still connect with you when there is a follow button, but it's just a lot harder to find. So make it easy for people. Make sure your creator mode is turned off so you can have a connect button.
Excellent. Let's move on. What's next?
Okay, so what I want to do is prepare you for all the other methods I'm going to share. And we need a little bit of a hack or a workaround because on LinkedIn, there's this problem.
There are no problems, just challenges.
Okay, the challenge on the free version of LinkedIn is that you can only do about 100 connection requests per week. And that's not a hard and fast number. It depends a lot on your activity. But the key is there is a limit, and I'm sure that you want to build a lot faster than that.
Certainly.
So the workaround is to sign up for the free 30-day trial of LinkedIn Premium, because with Premium, you get unlimited connection requests, you get unlimited profile searches, and you're going to need that for at least a short period of time. And during the short period, we're going to do a major connections blitz.
Clever. I didn't know you had it in you.
Comments like this are probably the reason I need therapy.
Pardon?
I said I love my therapy. Anyway, when I did the free trial for LinkedIn Premium, I set it on my calendar for day 29 to cancel the trial so I wouldn't be billed on day 30 or 31. Okay, so now we're ready for method number 2, which is part of this connections blitz, and that is to draw from your life buckets.
Life buckets?
Okay, well, that's what I call the people that you know from different areas of your life. You're going to set your timer for 30 minutes. And in those 30 minutes, you're going to write down as quickly as you can everyone you know from right now or from your past from different areas of your life. And this could be friends, family members, neighbors, classmates, coworkers, customers, people you know through your kids, people you know through extracurricular activities. Just don't overthink it. And if you just know first names, write them down. We might be able to still find the people with just the first names.
And after the 30 minutes are done, I should just try connecting with them on LinkedIn.
Exactly.
Well, don't you think I'm going a little broad with my network? Don't you think I should be more strategic?
This is part of your strategy. In some of the other methods, we are going to get more hyper-focused, but we also need some broad reach here too. Remember, you want a larger network, so you have more exposure to the connections of your connections and even their connections. So part of you can't be too picky.
Fair enough. And how much time should I spend reaching out to people using your methods?
Okay, well, for this month-long connections blitz, try to set aside 15 minutes each day if you can. If you could set aside even more, that would be awesome. We really want to get the most we can out of this free trial.
Well, I can do that. And when I come up with these life buckets, how do I locate some of my friends and acquaintances who have very common names, or I just know their first name because I didn't deem them important enough to remember their full name?
Okay, well, LinkedIn actually makes it pretty easy. On the top left, just click on the search bar and then hit enter. And now you'll see how you can narrow down your search on the right. And at the bottom, you'll see you can put in whatever name information you know, and higher up, you can put in other things you know about the person, like if you know what university they went to or past company they worked for, etc. And I've tracked down numerous people this way.
So once I pull up their profile, then what?
You should see a blue connect button, but if you don't see it because there's a follow button or something else, click on the more button and then click on connect.
Very well.
And by the way, I am usually a huge stickler for writing a personal note with every single connection request. But for this connections blitz, when you're reaching out to people who already know you, I think you can save some time by skipping the personalized note and just sending the connection request as is.
You're being very flexible. Typically, you exhibit highly inflexible behaviors, which signals an array of personality disorders. So this is a breakthrough. Bravo! So what's method number 3?
Okay, so that's going to be syncing your contacts from one or more of your email addresses. And that could be your work email address or personal email address or both.
So I can reach out to even more people I might have overlooked in that life buckets exercise.
That's right. So what LinkedIn does is it looks at the email addresses that you've sent emails to or received emails from, and then it tries to sync it with people who are already on LinkedIn that you're not already connected to. And then you can pick and choose which of those people you want to connect with.
How do I do that?
Okay, so at the top of your page, go to Network and then click on Contacts and then add more contacts, and then you're just going to follow the prompts. It's pretty easy. And then at the end, again, you'll be able to put a check mark next to the people you want to connect with.
Excellent advice. And if you happen to turn this session into one of your little YouTube videos, I hope that people smash the like button so YouTube knows to deliver this video to even more people.
Well, I would love that.
So what's next? I want to start growing my network beyond people I know.
So we're almost there, but let me first show you method number 4. So when you click on My Network again, you'll see that LinkedIn suggests people you might already know. And these will be even more people that you didn't even think of before. And when you're first starting out on LinkedIn, it is uncanny how LinkedIn kind of knows which people you know. It can really make you paranoid.
Paranoid personality disorder.
I don't have that. I was just being figurative.
Using denial as a defense mechanism.
Anyway, my point is LinkedIn can make some really good suggestions. So if there's someone you already know, go ahead and click on the connect button underneath their profile picture. Okay, so now let's talk about the methods where you can build your network strategically with people you don't already know. And to do these methods, I want you to start thinking about the 2 main categories of people that you want to reach out to. Okay, first of all, you have your potential customers, but then you also have, and this is what a lot of people skip, you also have your potential referral partners. And referral partners are professionals who serve the same customers you do, but they're in a completely different field, so they don't really compete with you, and you can refer business to each other. So like good referrals for you, for a therapist, would be lawyers and doctors and physical therapists and other people in the medical profession.
Agreed. Where do I start finding these people?
Okay, well now we're ready for method number 5, which is Ninja Boolean searches.
Boolean, like Boolean logic?
Exactly. You're going to go back to the search area that I showed you earlier. You're going to press enter in the search bar and click on all filters. But now you're really going to refine your search using Boolean operators like and, or, not, parentheses, and quotes. So what happens is you don't get like a million search results. You get something more manageable, like 100 search results of the people you really, really want to connect with who are more likely to want to connect with you too.
Interesting.
And there's a whole science behind Boolean on LinkedIn. I created a whole video about it, and I'm going to include a link in the description so you guys watching this video can check this out.
And me too.
And you too.
Now, if I'm trying to connect with complete strangers in this method number 5, then how can I increase my chances that they'll accept my connection request?
Okay, well, you brought up a good point, because you don't want people to report you for being spammy and then you end up in LinkedIn jail.
Oh my!
Okay, well, there are 2 ways you could boost your chances. The first one is when you're doing your Boolean search, also use the other filters in that search area to narrow it down to people who have something in common with you. For example, it could be your alma mater or your location, because obviously people love buying local. People are just going to trust you more.
That makes sense.
The other way, and I really do urge you to do this, is to personalize your note with a connection request. It is super, super important when you're reaching out to strangers. And when you personalize this note, it needs to be super clear that you actually did take the time to look at their profile. I cannot tell you how many times I get a connection request from someone who thinks that they're fooling me into thinking that they've personalized this and they've actually looked at my profile when they totally haven't. Like, here's a connection request I just got literally the other day. I had to take a screenshot of it. I spent some time on your profile today, and all I can say is, wow.
They could have said that of any profile.
Exactly. It just screams spam, and you don't want to associate your brand with spam.
Well, certainly not. I'm the opposite of spam. I am a very caring therapist, and what I do is highly personal. And speaking of personalization, I'll be increasing my billing rate just with you, personalized, because you're such a, how do we put it, head case.
What?
But let's get back to me. I'm trying to build my network quickly, but I need to write personalized notes. I understand that, but that's quite a time investment.
It is a time investment, but you're actually increasing your chances that they'll accept your connection request. And also they'll be more warmed up to you, which is ultimately what you want.
Fair enough. What should I say in this note?
Oh, it's easy. You can compliment them on something about their profile or their content and be specific, or mention something you both have in common, again, based on their profile.
Excellent. I could also mention in this note that I'm a therapist and they may need some help.
Please do not sell in the connection request. It doesn't matter what industry you're in. People are way less likely to connect with you or even think highly of you when you start just treating them like they have a $sign on their head.
Very well. Where do I send this personalized note sans sales pitch?
You do need to go to the profile. And on desktop, the option for a personalized note will automatically appear when you send the connection request. On mobile, it's a little trickier. You have to click on the 3 dots next to the blue button and tap on personalized invite.
Perfect. What's next?
Okay, well, in method number 6, you're going to mine for potential connections in LinkedIn groups.
Groups.
Yes, so we're going to try to join LinkedIn groups where your potential customers hang out or your potential referral partners hang out. And then once you're in the group, on the main page of the group, go to where it shows the members and click on See All. And now you'll see all the members. And on the search bar at the top, you can even refine your search even more. And then you can decide which members you want to reach out to.
And because we have this group in common, I can mention it in the connection request.
Exactly.
Where else can I mine for connections?
Well, that's method number 7, and that's where you're going to find people through hashtags.
Oh, I hate hashtags.
Well, get over it.
Pardon?
I said I can't believe this session is almost over.
Well, time flies with a good therapist.
Well, anyway, hashtags. You can use hashtags to find people who post about certain topics or comment on posts about certain topics and then see if you want to connect with those people. And it's really easy to include a personalized note with this connection request because you can just be very specific and refer to that post.
So for instance, if I wanted to look up other physical therapists because they're good referral partners for me, as you say, then I'd look up posts with hashtag physical therapy.
Well, exactly.
So how do I do this?
Well, in the search bar, start typing the hashtag and then select it when you see it in the drop-down menu. You can check out the posts, see which ones have comments, and see which ones of those you want to connect with. And if you want, you can also click to see who has liked the post and see if you want to connect with any of those people too.
Interesting.
And you can use the same concept too. When you start posting content, if there's anyone outside of your network who comments or likes, that's an opportunity for connection requests. And I have a bonus method for you.
A bonus?
When you're checking out someone's profile, look on the right-hand side and you'll see people also viewed. These are the people who are similar to the person you're checking out, and you might want to connect with them too.
Oh, excellent.
Now, when you're sending out all these connection requests, a lot of people are going to be checking out your profile, so your profile needs to be in tip-top shape and ready to impress. You and I did a whole session about this, but you watching right now might not have seen it, and if you haven't, definitely check it out here in the top right corner. Thank you so much, and see you in the next video.